Good evening, folks, and welcome to Snyder, Texas. As the Alpine Fighting Bucks are set, they're the host team. They're set to play against Wellington here at the neutral site, 3.5 hours away from Alpine. Your Fighting Bucks are the home squad. At Wellington, the two-way program. We lost to Wellington last year. It was a one-score game in the fourth quarter before Wellington ran away with it. This is a team that's competed for state titles before. Last year, they were eliminated in the second round of the playoffs in a tight one to a team that had a deep run in the postseason. But you're fighting Bucks again with a brand new head coach, Jerry Dominguez. Hopefully, you heard the interview that I did with Jerry on the radio earlier today. And hopefully, you're ready and tuned in as the Alpine Fighting Bucks are facing off against the Wellington Rockets. Again, that two-way program. Jerry Dominguez was the defensive coordinator last year for the Fighting Bucks. Now the head coaches, Andy Smith, moved on to London ISD. That's in Texas, if you didn't know. We've got a brand new offensive coordinator calling the shots, calling the plays. And Jerry will call the plays on the defensive side as both teams line up in the tunnels. The big inflatable Wellington Rocket in red and black, the Alpine Fighting Buck gold and purple tunnel here in Snyder, Texas. There's an elevator up here to the press box in this 4A school. The Snyder Tigers hosting this neutral site matchup in the opening game of the year for the Fighting Bucks. The Fighting Buck captains are as follows: David Baca, Eric Yanez, Rode Babb, and Day Hardwick. We'll send it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Looking to cut electricity costs or need solar power in an area where electricity is not readily available, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service has some solar options that you'll want to consider. By the way, these systems are upgradable over time. Call Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC at 837-2497, Texas license number 2838A1.
This school year, get your family connected with peace of mind with secure and reliable BBT Internet. With built-in smart tools, you can pause the Internet for homework, set screen time limits, and help keep your kids safe online. BBT means no contracts, free installation, and local support from folks you know and trust. And new customers can save $10 off their bill for the entire school year. Terms apply. Call 800-592-4781 or sign up online 24/7 at bigbend.com.
Whether you're here to explore Big Bend, cheer on the Lobos, or just watch the West Texas sunset, Hampton Inn and Alpine is your home away from home. Wake up refreshed in a cozy bed. Enjoy our hot breakfast, always free, just minutes from Sul Ross State University in downtown Alpine. We put comfort and convenience on the map. Hampton Inn and Alpine, where West Texas hospitality meets Hilton comfort. Book today at hampton.com.
At Maverick Bank, we don't just bank, we break the mold. Bold, independent, and built for Texas. We make decisions locally with your goals in mind. Whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help you move forward. Visit www.maverick.bank or stop by your nearest location in Alpine, Fort Davis, or Presidio. Maverick Bank, legacy-driven, future-focused. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Enjoy the familiar comforts of Holiday Inn Express as you explore the mysterious beauties of West Texas. We offer spacious rooms with large bathrooms, complimentary breakfast that will spoil your taste buds, free Wi-Fi, fitness center, indoor pool, and even electric vehicle charging. Holiday Inn Express, your oasis in the desert in Alpine, Texas, 2004 East Highway 90. Call 432-837-9597.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
Skinner's Drilling and Well Service offers everything you need when it comes to solar well pump system installation and maintenance. Whether you're looking to cut electricity costs or need solar power in an area where electricity is not readily available, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service has some solar options that you'll want to consider. By the way, these systems are upgradable over time. Call Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC at 837-2497, Texas license number 2838A1.
We're back here in Schneider, Texas, as the Alpine Fighting Bucks are set to host. Well, technically, they're the host team. They're the home team here this matchup. Last year, we were the home team, we were the visiting team when we played them in Abilene up at, I can't recall the name of that school in Abilene. They're in the American Southwest Conference, the ASC, a private school up in Abilene. But the Alpine Fighting Bucks run out of their purple and gold tunnel, plant the American flag and the Alpine Fighting Buck flag, along with the Texas flag here on the sideline. Not a lot of Bucks, but some mighty Bucks on the sideline as they, again, face off against the mighty 2A program, Wellington. Wellington has had a lot of success at the 2A level, has had some runs for state titles. Last year, they were eliminated in the second round of the playoffs. They were able to beat your Fighting Bucks by a wide margin last year, but it was a one-score game in the fourth quarter after Wellington pulled it away. We're expecting the wing T offense from Wellington. They did run a little bit of a spread-type look during their scrimmages early on this season. They've ran the wing T for a number of years, a little bit of a change in the coaching staff. They're trying some new things out. We're not sure if we'll see the wing T or if we'll see that spread look today. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure we'll see this wing T. We're not sure if we're going to see a spread look from that Wellington team. They may see it. We may not. We may see it late in the ball game if this one gets out of hand in either direction. It seemed like they were testing it out to try and have some other options outside that wing T look, as the Rockets in white today, primarily white uniforms with red numbers. The Fighting Bucks in purple and gold. The purple jerseys, the gold shoulders, gold numbers, and gold helmets are set to kick off to the Rockets of Wellington. Captains today were David Baca, Day Hardwick, Rode Babb, and a fourth, as I was tackling some technical difficulties here at the start of Alpine Fighting Buck football season. Set to kick it off for the Bucks right now, Alex Adams, a sophomore, one of only two sophomores on this roster. Coach Jerry Dominguez has a more robust JV team this year, and a lot less options here on varsity. The only other sophomore is Tay Hardwick, the younger brother of Day Hardwick, and we'll see a bunch of Tay today as Alex rips a ball towards the 20-yard line. Caught at the 20-yard hash. He's angling off to the right side, now at the logo, taken down after he advances about 20 yards back up the field, up to the Wellington 44-yard line. The return from number 1 for Wellington. That looks like it is Carson Kane, a junior wide receiver and defensive back. This Wellington crew has a bit more folks on their roster listed right now. In the shotgun snap with a spread look, it's that power spread with the sniffer back on the right side, right behind the right tackle. Quarterback in that shotgun wearing number 12 is Callan Kane, a junior, as he motions one wide receiver from the right to the left and pitches off to the weak side. The right side, there's a run, and he sheds a tackle about 8 yards upfield, fights his way past the line to gain, and pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of Alpine. So a 14, 15-yard gain for the Wellington Rockets on first down, the first play from scrimmage, and they will line back up after looking to the sideline for the call. Linemen already over the ball, skill players in the backfield as they get the call and disperse towards their position, still looking and reading from their head coach in red today. Tailback back behind the quarterback is number 4, Noah Cantu, a senior running back and defensive back. So Cantu angled off to the left side of his quarterback. He motions out of the backfield to the trips on the left side, and it's a screen play. He busts past the first tackle back behind the blocks and taken down by David Baca over there on the right side, one of the senior linebackers for the Alpine Fighting Bucks. No gain on the play on the screen, over behind the trips again on the left side. Wellington, again, linemen over the ball. Skill players look for their head coach's signal. And they will go with 2 wide receivers on the left, 1 on the right, the sniffer back over on the left side of the left tackle, running back to the left side of the quarterback, and they'll motion the back off to the right side. It's a handoff to the right side. He has an edge. He's running around the right side, up past the 30, past the 20. There's a flag on the play as he comes in to score. Man, they motioned that running back over towards the right edge. He sealed that right edge, and there was nobody for the Fighting Bucks to take him down. There could be a holding call. It looks like it will be a holding call against the Wellington Rockets as their coaching staff is up in arms. Fighting Bucks bailed out on that one. It should be about 2nd and 20 after that holding call. The holding was dropped right on that right side of the offensive line where they would have sealed the edge in order to eliminate the Alpine Fighting Bucks' ability to get over on the right side of the field. Again, that backs up Wellington. I'm not sure if it's a spot foul. I don't think it is at this level. No, it is a spot foul. So it's about a 7-yard pushback against the Rockets there as that flag was thrown about 4 or 3 yards upfield. And they have the ball back at the 50-yard line. It's 2nd and about 6. Again, ball right on the left side of the Snyder Tiger logo up here at the neutral site matchup. Fighting Bucks with 5 down linemen here. Loaded box for Wellington as well. It's a play action, a throw upfield from the quarterback, and he has a wide receiver wide open up the middle, right inside the hashes. And he comes in to score after breaking a tackle as the ball was underthrown. He backed up, had the grab, and again comes in to score a touchdown. That was number 1, the same man who returned it a moment ago, the Carson Kane, catching it out of the hand of the quarterback, Callan Kane. So Carson and Callan look like brothers for this team, and they come in to score again with that go route up the seam. And we're able to split the 2 deep safeties of the Fighting Bucks. Nobody in the area, and Wellington leading 6-0, lined up to kick the extra point here. The snap, it's up, and it's good through the uprights here in Snyder, Texas. We'll send it to a brief commercial break. It's 7-0 Wellington here on the road.
With everything you've got on your plate, it can be difficult to manage healthcare for the whole family. At Big Bend Regional Health Clinic, we make it easy to find a provider and schedule care right from your phone or laptop. Whether it's an injury on the practice field or time for annual physicals, just visit bigbendanytime.com, select your preferred provider and appointment time, and you're good to go. Our clinic team specializes in compassionate and personalized treatment for patients of all ages. Schedule today at bigbendanytime.com.
Looking for crystal clear TV and unbeatable deals? Come to Big Canyon TV, your local home for Dish Network service and the latest in Samsung TVs. Whether you're upgrading your setup or cutting the cable cord, we've got you covered with Dish's top channels and DVR tech and Samsung's stunning 4K screens. Big Canyon TV, big on service, big on savings, and just around the corner. Come see what you've been missing. Visit us today at Big Canyon TV or call us at 837-7484.
This school year, get your family connected with peace of mind with secure and reliable BBT Internet. With built-in smart tools, you can pause the Internet for homework, set screen time limits, and help keep your kids safe online. BBT means no contracts, free installation, and local support from folks you know and trust. And new customers can save $10 off their bill for the entire school year. Terms apply. Call 800-592-4781 or sign up online 24/7 at bigbend.com.
Wellington will kick it off here. They'll send it through the hands of that second row of returners. It makes its way, muffed pass to the back row where Dave Hardwick will angle off to the right side and back up to about the 31-yard line. It's first down and 10 bucks. They trail 7-0 after Wellington was able to score in the first drive of the game. 10 minutes and 31 seconds remain here in this first quarter. It's Dave Hardwick in the shotgun. Spread look. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Day will take the snap, bobble it up off the ground, pick it up, and send a screen throw over on the right side to Ezio Guyan, and it's incomplete as it's at the feet of Guyan, and the Bucks return to the huddle again with the spread look. 5 out, 3 on the left side, balls on the right hash with 2 on the right. Day Hardwick takes the snap again. It's a comeback route for Guyan, and it's over the mark, makes its way through the hands of a Wellington Rocket. Tay almost had the grab, but another incomplete pass, and it's third down and 10. Again, it's a new play caller for the Fighting Bucks. The quarterback who used to play ball up at Texas Tech is calling plays today. As Day Hardwick takes the snap, the Wellington Rockets blow him up in the backfield. He bobbled it for a moment, and again, he's on the ground. They have the sack. Wait, no, they have the football. They're going to blow Day Hardwick up. They pounce on the football, and the Rockets have the ball on the 16-yard line of the Fighting Bucks. First down and 10 with great field position, up 7-0. Only about 15 seconds ticked off the clock during that drive for Alpine, as they had a couple of incomplete passes before the fumble on the snap, a couple of fumbles on snaps there early on for the Fighting Bucks. Wellington in the shotgun. There's 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left side. Quarterback takes the snap. It's another screen look, a bubble screen on the right side. Nice block set by the lead wide receiver. A couple of broken tackles in the Wellington Rockets are into the end zone for a touchdown. This time it's number 8 for Wellington, breaking a couple of tackles, a couple of arm tackles on the play. Cameron Brooks with the catch in the score. It's 13-0 Wellington. They will line up to kick the extra point. Wellington, again, their kicker 1 for 1 on the day. It's 13-0. He sends it up in through the uprights. It's good. 14-0 Wellington. We'll be back after a brief commercial break here from Snyder, Texas. Alpine Radio is your home for Fightin' Buck football all season long, and it's made possible by our incredible sponsors. A huge thank you to Tally Reed Insurance, Talent Roofing, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, Napa Auto Parts, Morrison's True Value, McCoy's Building Supplies, Holiday Inn and Hampton Inn Hotels, Maverick Bank, Big King and TV, Big Bend Regional Medical Center, Alpine Community Credit Union, In-N-Out Rental, Mountain Zone TV, and Lowe's Grocery Store, and all the businesses who support Alpine sports. When you shop local, you're powering Friday night lights, big plays, and hometown pride. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, Alpine Radio is bringing you Fighting Buck football, fueled by our community sponsors. Thanks for backing the Bucks. When it comes to protecting your home, don't settle for just any roof. Trust the experts at Talent Roofing, serving Alpine and all of West Texas. At Talent, we don't just build roofs, we build trust. Whether you're facing storm damage, need repairs, or are ready for a fresh, dependable roof, we've got you covered. Call Talent Roofing today at 432-837-7009 for your free estimate. Talent Roofing, where craftsmanship meets confidence. And that's Talent Roofing at 432-837-7009.
Skinner's Drilling and Well Service offers everything you need when it comes to solar well pump system installation and maintenance. Whether you're looking to cut electricity costs or need solar power in an area where electricity is not readily available, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service has some solar options that you'll want to consider. By the way, these systems are upgradable over time. Call Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC at 837-2497, Texas license number 2838A1.
Hey, Day will take the snap and run around the left side where he gains a couple of yards on first down. It's now 2nd down and 8. Bucks at their own 35-yard line after the good return. Again, Bucks in purple and gold, down 14-0. Another snap and another shotgun snap where it's bobbled, finds the ground, and a Fighting Buck will pick it up in Gian, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's now 3rd down and 8. Again, a few bobbled snaps here for the Bucks early on. Coaching staff in gold with the khakis as they give their look to the offense. It's 3rd down and 8 for the Bucks. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left, a tight end over on the left side, and Gian move over off the left side of Day Hardwick. Day takes the snap, backs up. It's a 3-man rush for Wellington. Day scrambling out of the pocket now, and there's a spy there for Wellington who's able to swallow him up after a gain of 1 or 2 yards. Wellington, again, just rushed 3 there, had a couple ready for the quarterback who had to scramble after the offensive line, let in a few into the backfield. He gets back up the field 1 or 2 yards. There's a flag on the play over on the left side, the same area where Day scrambled in that direction. They talked to the Wellington coaching staff. It looks like it's against the Bucks, and I believe they will decline a holding call if that's what the call is on the play. No, they tapped the top of their head. That's maybe illegal formation, an eligible man downfield. We need to brush up here on the signals, and the Bucks are ready to punt it away. Coming out to punt is Alec Ramos, the senior for the Bucks. It's 4th down and 6 again. Another 3 and out for the Bucks. They had a fumble that put Wellington in good field position. Wellington has scored on both of their drives, and Alec Ramos set to punt it away. Here's the snap. He's going to have to hold it, man. They just let the defense through it like a sieve, and they get back up and take down Alec Ramos in the backfield. He is sat down, and it's a turnover on downs. Wellington taking over from the Alpine Buck 25, up 14-0 here early. Again, Wellington in white and red, Fighting Bucks in gold and purple, primarily purple. But it's been all Wellington early on, able to get through that offensive line of the Fighting Bucks. A few bobbled snaps won't help their case as well. Alpine looking to throw some short routes, haven't been able to complete those, haven't had a gain of more than 3 yards on their offensive set as Wellington will motion the back out of the backfield off to the left side. It's a big wheel route as the quarterback flips off to that left side, and he makes his way through a tackle up the field about 11 yards to the Alpine 16-yard line. 1st down and 10 at the 16 for the Rockets. We're high up in the press box here in Wellington. There's an elevator up to the press box. I'm sorry, we're in Snyder. We're at Snyder High School, a 4A high school, as Wellington lines up There's 2 wide receivers left. They'll motion him across, or one of the wide receivers on the left side across to the right. Quarterback takes the snap. There's a flag on the play before the snap. A false start against Wellington will push him back to the 21-yard line, just outside of the red zone. It's first down and 15 now for the Rockets, who again lead 14-0. Couple of touchdowns for the quarterback on passing plays. His name is Callan Kane. He's a junior quarterback and defensive back. That's what we see often from these skilled players. We'll see the DBs be some of the most athletic guys on the field. I'm willing to bet if I look at this roster right now, Day Hardwick is also listed as a DB. Well, he's listed as an athlete. He can do everything for us. As Kane looks for a screen route over on the left side, and the Bucs will swallow the wide receiver up at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback had to bail out there. That looked like a design screen, offensive line heading off to block over on that left side, but Alpine Fighting Bucs staying strong, staying back, and reading that screenplay nicely. It's second down and 14 now. Wellington, maybe a gain of 1 yard. They're back at the 20-yard line. Hey, for the first time, Alpine Fighting Buck football and Big Ben radio is on YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now. If you look up Big Ben radio, as the quarterback pitches off to the right side, following a block, he breaks a couple of tackles, splits a couple of Fighting Bucks up the field, past the 10, up to the 5-yard line where he's taken down. A gain of about 14 yards into the red zone, a first down. It's first down and goal at the 4-yard line for the Rockets as they lead 14-0. Again, we're on YouTube. You can look up Big Ben Radio, Alpine versus Wellington to find this YouTube stream as the Rockets line up. First and goal again. Quarterback in the shotgun. Handoff and a fake throw, and he has all the time in the world and space to angle off to that right side. He just stretched out to that right side, following this nifferback who set the edge, and nobody able to catch up to the Wellington Rockets as they're up 20-0 here with 6:22 remaining in the first quarter. It was a big Wellington win last time, but again, they really ran away with things in the fourth quarter against Alpine with Andy Smith as the head coach last year. It was just a one-score game in that fourth quarter, but early on, Wellington able to get the better of the Fighting Bucks as they line up, set to kick the extra point. The snap good, the kick away, and it's through the uprights. 21-0 Wellington. There is a flag on the play coming from the side judge here on the near side. Both teams have returned to their sidelines as he's signaling to the other referees. White Hat comes to talk to that side judge as the Fighting Bucks again come and talk to the coaching staff. If you count the names on the roster for the Bucks, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 23 names on the roster here this year. Last year we had 30 plus. Again, Jerry Dominguez made an emphasis to ride the pine here for varsity. If you're not getting reps on varsity, if you're an underclassman, you're going to get those reps at the JV level as the Bucks are out to receive, trailing 21-0. Like I was mentioning earlier, just 2 sophomores on the roster. That's Tay Hardwick and Alex Adams. Alex Adams, an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and he's been the kicker on the day for the Bucks in purple and gold. Set to kick it away here for Wellington is one of their athletes, number 6, Major Brown. He's a wide receiver as he sends it high and deep, collected by the Fighting Bucks. Angling off the right side, taken down after a small gain is Dane Jeffers. He's taken down, it may be by a face mask. There's a flag in the area. It looks like he was dragged down in that area. That could help the Bucks field position as their offense has been stagnant so far, unable to move up the field against this solid Wellington program. Like I was mentioning earlier, this is a 2A program that expects year in, year out to compete for a state title. Last year, they were eliminated in the second round, and you know they have a chip on their shoulder. They're taking it out early here this year as the anticipation mounted and football is back in action here for many across the state of Texas and across the country. Fighting Bucks have trips on the left side. Trips bunched on the left hash. The ball's on the right hash. Day is in the shotgun. Tay Hardwick, the lone wide receiver, over on the right. Day takes the snap, and he's going to have a draw play running up the middle, following his running back, and he's pushed forward and carries a pile forward about 5 yards. Bucks up from the 30 to the 35. That penalty was able to push the Bucks up to the 30-yard line after the face mask call on the return. And again, it's trips left, bunched on the left hash, ball still on the right hash. And Day Hardwick in the shotgun. Lone wide receiver on the right is Tay. Another high and right snap. Day with an athletic play just to keep that one in his breadbasket. He's going to roll out to the left, make a man miss. Now he's rolling back out to the right. Follows a lead tackle and is pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards, right at the line to gain, up at the 40-yard line of the Bucks. There's a flag on the field on the opposite side over near the Wellington sideline as the Bucks move left to right as we look at it. And it looks like they're pointing over towards Wellington. Again, Day had a funky snap, had to scramble out left, made a man miss, scrambled all the way back out to the right where he was pushed out on the right sideline. That flag looks like it came early on in the play, and no, it's against Alpine. They're pushing Alpine back about 10 yards. A holding call against Alpine. No, they're pushing them back 15. So it's 2nd and 17 yards, 2nd and 18 for the Bucks after they had their first bit of momentum on the offensive side of the football, immediately pushed back by a penalty. It'll be Day in the shotgun with the running back off to his left side. So that's Guillen, 3 wide receivers on the left. The ball's on the right hash again. Bucks moving left to right. Day takes the snap, play action. He's now rolling out to the left side, chased by that left end. Man, that left end put his hands up, wanted the holding call, and the umpires, the referees here, immediately give him what he asked for, and a couple of them tossed the flag out right after he asked for it. Again, Day was scrambling out to the left side. One of our, it looks like our left tackle on the day, had a hand on his jersey to try and keep that right end for Wellington from getting into the area, and they toss a couple of flags. There's laundry on the field, and 2nd and 17 or 2nd and 18 will turn into 2nd and about 28 after that holding call. Ball's at the Alpine 12-yard line. Again, it's 2nd and 28 here at Snyder High School, the Snyder Tigers. 5 minutes and 15 seconds remain in this first quarter. This first quarter has gone by so slow. It's felt like an eternity as this snap is over the head of Day. Guillen picks it up in the end zone. No, right on the 1-yard line, and he's dragged down into the end zone. Bucks now on their 1-yard line. Again, this set of downs, the first set of downs of this drive started at the 30-yard line after the face mask pushed the Bucks up the field on the return. Now it's 3rd down and 39 yards as the line to gain is at the 40-yard line of the Fighting Bucks. Everybody's feet are in the end zone, including the center who has his heels right on that white line. Guillen comes out of the ball game. Coming in is A.J. Yanez, one of the running backs. There's 2 backs in the backfield along with Day Hardwick, one off to his right side, one off to his left. A.J., the the running back to his left, 2 wide receivers on the right side. Day takes the snap. It's a handoff to A.J. A.J. powering up the field, runs a guy over up past the 10 and taken down from behind about 22 yards up the field, up at the 23, 24-yard line of Wellington. Nice play made. There was too much to gain there for the Fighting Bucks, but A.J. looked like a fullback there running into the gap. And it is 4th down and about 15 yards as the offense is still out on the field. They're looking for the play call on the sideline, and they will bring in the special teams unit. Special teams coming to kick it away. Alec Ramos back to kick now. 2 gunners on either side. As they will shift. Now there's 1 gunner on the left and 3 on the right side. Looks like they're going to aim off to that right hash with the ball on the right hash right now. Alec takes the snap, gets this one away after getting tackled on a punt attempt earlier. Returner catches it on the right hash, angles off to the right side. Up 10 yards, up 15, past the 50. Makes a man miss there at the 45 and is pushed out of bounds at the Alpine Fighting Buck 40-yard line. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remain in this first quarter. It's 21-0 Wellington. Again, we're live on YouTube here on KVLF for the first time. If you want to watch the ball game, we'll be live all season here on KVLF. I haven't updated the scoreboard here. Got to click that manually. There we go. Again, live on YouTube. Alpine Fighting Buck football. Look up Big Ben Radio, Alpine Fighting Bucks, Wellington. If you look up those combinations of words, you should find this live stream, and it should be up after the ball game today to watch whenever you want to. As the quarterback takes the snap for Wellington, has a go route up the left side, beat his man over the shoulder, grab, touchdown. 28-0 Wellington. Well, hold your horses. It's 27-0. They're lined up, and they will come to line up to kick the extra kick. Again, the deep man there for the Bucks is beat over the shoulder. I mean, I think the quarterback had options on either side of the field to hit the go route for the touchdown, and both safeties underneath for the Bucks in Wellington. Again, up 27-0, lined up, ready to kick the extra kick. The snap, a bit low. Holder collects. They send it up and through the uprights. Again, 28-0 Wellington. We'll be back after a commercial break here in Snyder, Texas.
It's time for this month's Napa savings. Pick up a Gear Wrench Professional Bidirectional Diagnostic Scan Tool for only $130 each, saving 18%. Save up to 20% on crocodile cloths for just $19.99 each. Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil up to 33% off, available for just $25.49. You can get Napa Heavy Duty Diesel Engine Oil starting at just $15.59 each, saving up to 33%. Buy some Napa Diesel Exhaust Fluid at 24% off, only $12.99. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine. Napa know-how!
Up here in the mountains, you don't settle, and neither do we. Mountain Zone TV brings crystal clear cable, lightning fast internet, and reliable service right to your cabin, lodge, or backcountry home. Dallas Cowboy fans who live in Presidio, Marfa, Fort Davis, and Marathon can catch the Cowboys in action with a Mountain Zone TV cable package. Because here at Mountain Zone TV, we're doing business right.
It's buy one, get one free on gallons of featured Easy Care paints now through Thursday at the paint department at Morrison's True Value Hardware store. The Labor Day paint sale features Easy Care Ultra Premium, limitless, and everyday interior and exterior paint. Buy 1 gallon at the regular price, get another gallon free. There's a limit of 5 free gallons with this special offer. The Labor Day paint sale, an opportunity to stock up and save big at your locally owned Morrison's True Value Hardware store in Alpine.
Hey, we're navigating some technical difficulties out here. It's day one for the Fighting Bucks as they have the ball at their own 26-yard line after a small return. It's Day Hardwick in the shotgun. He takes the snap, again following a lead block up the middle. Nice lead block thrown by the lead back. And David Baca as he meets a linebacker, but a squeeze of the defensive tackles there for Wellington, and they're able to take Day down after a gain of 1 or 2 yards. There is a flag on the play, and it's a face mask against Wellington, bringing Day down. That should be the first down of the ball game for the Bucks here in the first quarter, trailing 28-0 with 2:31 remaining as they march the ball up the field 15 yards from the spot of the foul. Bucks now up, trying to get into the Wellington side of the field for the first time in the ball game today. Day Hardwick in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. It's that power spread look we saw so much last year. David Baca follows the lead block there. I'm sorry, no, that's David Baca throwing the lead block as a sniffer back over on the left side. A.J. Yanez with the handoff. This time he's taken down after a gain of a couple up to the Fighting Buck 46-yard line. And A.J. had that run earlier coming out of their own end zone where he was able to lay somebody out right in the hole and make his way up the field about 20-something yards when they had 39 yards to gain on 3rd down. It's that power spread look again and a false start from the Bucks. somewhere over on that left side of the offensive line. The Fighting Bucks stepped forward right before the snap came, and they'll push them back 5 more yards. So after a gain of 3, Bucks now facing 2nd down and 12 against these Wellington Rockets. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right side. That's Tay Hardwick over on the right. Day scanning the defense right now. 3 down linemen for the Rockets. They've only been sending 3 or 4 each time, but has still been able to get in the backfield as Day angles off the right side from the right hash and is pushed out of bounds after gaining 1, maybe 2 yards up to the 46, 47, 48-ish yard. I'm sorry, that's the 42nd yard line of the Fighting Bucks. A gain of 1 yard, 3rd down and 11. Bucks look to the sideline for the call. Again, it's 28-0 Wellington. 1 minute and 30 seconds remains here in the first quarter. Bucks haven't earned an offense or earned a first down thus far. They got one via a face mask penalty a moment ago. That was their first of the day. Day takes the snap, backs up. It's a 4-man rush here for Wellington. He angles off to the left side, has a man wide open up the field, hits him, and he's taken down. There's the first down of the day for the Fighting Bucks. That's Alec Ramos who has the grab. He had a go route over there on the left side and had to take advantage of Day scrambling out, wheeling out to the left side, and came back upfield. He made the grab at the Wellington 36. It's 1st down and 10. Hurry up, look for the Bucks, and it's a handoff to David Baca, who meets a couple of men at the hole, fighting, scrambling, and driving his feet up the middle, makes his way up to the 34-yard line of the Rockets, a gain of about 3 yards on 1st down. And the Bucks line back up here. 2 wide receivers right. That's Tay Hardwick and Alec Ramos. Over on the left side, Thaddeus Prieto and Dane Jeffers as Day takes the snap. Plenty of guys in the backfield. It's a screen pass, a screen look on the left side. That's a wide receiver screen as he was able to get it over to Thaddeus. And Thaddeus had a DB in his face the moment he grabbed the ball and is taken down as he shimmies back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 8. That was a design screen look. The offensive line was scrambling out to the left side to throw the lead blocks over for the wide receivers on the left side. That's why we saw so many Wellington Rockets in the backfield after the snap of the football. And that one DB was able to sense that screen play. He was right on the line of scrimmage and, again, got in the backfield and got to Thaddeus before the linemen were able to get into the area and throw the lead block. That's the end of the first quarter, though. Again, it's 28-0 Wellington. Alpine has the ball at the 36-yard line of the Rockets. We'll be back here in a moment here from KVLF and Big Bend Radio.
Is that old lawnmower or tractor having a hard time starting? Is it mowing your lawn uneven? Is it tearing the grass and not cutting it? It may be time for you to upgrade to a new steel mower or tractor from In-N-Out Rental, Alpine's only authorized steel dealer. In-N-Out has a complete line of yard care equipment and tools, and their knowledgeable and friendly staff can assist you answering any questions you may have. In-N-Out Rental, 604 West Holland, here to make lawn care easier. Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Sticks right now show 1st down. I think it's 3rd down and 9. Day takes the snap. Their left end is in the backfield. Day has to scramble out to the left or right side. He makes a move, makes a man miss, and gets back to the line of scrimmage where he's taken down Gain of 1 yard on third down for the Fighting Bucks. They have the ball now. Again, this is their first time in Wellington Rocket territory, trailing 28-0 at the start of the first or second quarter here. It's 4th down and 7 now. Bucks with 3 wide receivers off on the left side, 1 on the right. Looks like we'll keep the offense on the field, trying to keep our momentum up here. We've tried to punt it twice today. One of our punts, the punter was taken down for a loss, and Wellington was able to score there. Dave steps out of the pocket now, has some space on the right side, makes a move up past the line to gain. First down for the Bucks over on 4th down. Fighting Buck hits the ground late after Dave's taken down out of bounds over there around the 20-yard line of the Rockets. No flag on the play, playing past the whistle, up to the whistle, or the Rockets there. And it's 1st down and 10 again for the Bucks. A big scramble on 4th down for Dave Hardwick. And the Bucks will reset here again with a fresh set of downs, trying to score for the first time today. It's 28-0 Wellington as we speak. Two wide receivers left to right. They're tailed up to each other, spread out wide. 5 in the box, no 6 in the box for Wellington, including that safety over on the right side. Day takes the snap, a handoff up the middle, and Wellington will bring down the running back, Guillen, after he gains 3 or 4 yards on the play. Again, he was able to make a man miss at the line of scrimmage, and now he's down on the field after getting taken down by the Rockets. Training staff coming out to check in on him, Lori Santry, as well as Coach Jerry Dominguez. I think Tay over here on this sideline was signaling for a horse collar from the referees. I thought I saw a horse collar as he was taken down, maybe just a bit of one. Again, he's down on the play, and he gets helped up by Lori and Coach Dominguez, and we'll come back to the sideline. Again, that's Guillen who went down there, and he'll walk off under his own power. It makes it 2nd down and 6 for the Fighting Bucks in purple and gold. Again, this is a neutral site matchup. We drove about 3 hours and 30 minutes out to Snyder, Texas. Wellington had a similar trip. Last year we met in Abilene. We played that in Hardin-Simmons University at their field. Snyder, Texas's field here is like Hardin-Simmons. I mean, what a fancy press box we're in here today. Probably could fit a few more over at Hardin-Simmons, but you could fit a lot here in Snyder. As Day takes the snap, there's a flag on the play. They'll blow it dead. And I think the officials are signaling that one of our offensive linemen made a shift with his hands pre-snap. They'll call a false start against the Fighting Bucks. Now it's 2nd down and 12. Again, they're at the Wellington 27-yard line. We're able to turn a 4th down conversion a moment ago. It's their first productive drive of the day, trailing 28-0 as AJ will check out. Checking in here on the near sideline, Tay Hardwick. 3 wide receivers off to the left side, 1 to the right, 1 back. That's Guillen back in the ball game for the Bucks. And Day will take the snap. It's a screen look, a bubble screen here on the left side. Following Tay's block is wide receiver Rode Babb, who has the grab and scrambles his way upfield for a gain of about 4 yards. Now 3rd down and 9, 3rd down and 8 for the Bucks. Sorry, that's David Bach in the backfield, not Guillen. I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah, there's Lori talking to Guillen over there on the bench. He went down a moment ago. 3 wide receivers right as the ball's on the left hash now. Day takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and scrambling through a couple of would-be tacklers up in the pocket. He sends it forward to Rode Babb, who has the grab up the field for the 1st down. That's at the 8-yard line of Wellington. It's a hurry-up look now for the Bucks. They're in the red zone. They're within the 10-yard line. Again, 1st and goal as Day looks to the sideline for the call. There'll be 2 wide receivers on either side. Ball's on the right hash. The Bucks looking for a little bit of momentum here after a dominant start for the Rockets. Day takes the snap, follows a lead block on the right side, spins past the tackle, and takes a hard hit at about the 5-yard line as he falls forward to the 4. Second down and goal at the 4. One thing that I'd like to note is, we've had our defensive set and our defense that we've been running here for about 7 years, the same system here in Alpine. This is the first year of a new offensive system for the Fighting Bucks as they try and get things rolling. So Bucks, with that first year look, had a little bit of growing pains early on, but a nice drive here. They will try and capitalize. There's 2 running backs in the box, one off on the right side of sniffer back. As Day takes the snap, he'll follow both the backs over on the right side, but swallowed up at the line of scrimmage as he falls forward for maybe a gain of 1 yard, maybe down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal regardless for the Bucks. They look back to the sideline. Coming out is A.J. Yanez. Nobody heading back in yet. Maybe I missed somebody coming from the sideline. There's 2 wide receivers over on the right, 1 on the left. Yeah, tight end here on the no. Bucks have 10 guys on the field. I thought so. Bucks take a timeout. They had 10 men on the field, and they'll come and meet with Jerry. We'll send it to a brief commercial break. It's 28-0 Wellington. Bucks trying to score for the first time today.
Whether you're here to explore Big Bend, cheer on the Lobos, or just watch the West Texas sunset, Hampton Inn and Alpine is your home away from home. Wake up refreshed in a cozy bed. Enjoy our hot breakfast, always free. Just minutes from Sul Ross State University in downtown Alpine, we put comfort and convenience on the map. Hampton Inn and Alpine, where West Texas hospitality meets Hilton comfort. Book today at hampton.com.
At Maverick Bank, we don't just bank, we break.
Man, we hardly have time to play ads up here as these intermissions in between breaks, in between quarters, only last about 45 seconds. Bucks back out here. Again, it's 3rd down and goal at the 4-yard line of Wellington. 2 wide receivers on the right side, 2 on the left. Day Hardwick in the shotgun takes the snap. He's rolling out to the left side. Wellington sending the house. About 5 men running after him. And Day, right before he steps out of bounds on the left side, finds a man on the left side of the end zone. That's Thaddeus Prieto, who has the ball in the touchdown for the Fighting Bucks here. 28-7 now our score. Well, 28-6, we'll hold off for a moment as they'll try and line up and kick the extra point. Sophomore Alex Adams, the kickoff specialist, and will also be kicking extra points. If you remember last year, the Bucks had to experiment. I think we had 6, 7 different extra point takers last year. Alex Adams will take the nod this year. I think he had it towards the tail end of last season, the majority of the extra point tries. As he lines up, the snap is good. It's up and through the uprights. Bucks have 7 on the board. We'll be back in a moment. Again, it's 28-7. Wellington over the Bucks with 8 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note. He's got a car. He's got a boat. And if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee. And we can do it today. And if he likes, a policy for his bikes or his home. Does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
Again, Alex Adams, a busy guy here. Is right after the kick, he will go and kick it away to Wellington. Out here in Snyder, Texas, if you're watching on YouTube, look up at Big Bend Radio, look up Alpine Fightin' Bucks, look up Wellington Rockets. You should be able to find it. Every game this year will be brought to you live on YouTube if technology willing. As, again, you see that big Snyder Tiger logo out in the middle of this all-turf field. Ready to kick it away, though, Alex Adams off to his left side. I can't name all these names here. Miguel Batres off to the left of Miguel is Rode Bab. As Alex lines one, it's a squib heading for the 15-yard line. Taken by the Wellington returner. He angles over on the right side up to the 30, past the 35, where he is taken down. by a pair of Fighting Bucks. That's David Baca in on the tackle. Returning that ball was number 10. He looks like a youngster. Let's see, Jake Chandler. He's a junior for this Wellington team. I don't think Chandler was the one returning kickoffs at the start of today's game, as he was that lone back return man. Again, Wellington in the shotgun here. Starting quarterback still in the ball game. That's Callan Kane. It's 28-7 Wellington with 7:48 remaining here in the second quarter. Callan hands off, running over on the left side is number 4, Noah Cantu. This is still a starting look for the Wellington Rockets here. Again, they put the gas on early. They were burning rocket fuel in the first quarter. They were up 28-0 early in that first quarter. That was a gain of 4 yards, though. Wellington starting at the 35 on this drive, now at their own 39-yard line. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Rockets in red and white. Bucks show 4 down linemen here. No 5 spread across the line of scrimmage. Couple of ends tucked in on either side. Alec Ramos here on the near side. Quarterback takes the snap, hits a flat route over on the left side, and the Fighting Bucks, Thaddeus Prieto, the touchdown receiver, was able to swallow up the wide receiver in the backfield. It's now 3rd down and 6. Third down and 6. Fighting Bucks looking for a stop here. A stop and a score, and all of a sudden this is a ball game again. Bucks were able to have an efficient drive for the first time this season. Here in the first game of the season on their last drive, after a few stops in a row for the Rockets. Rockets will motion a wide receiver across. It's a jet sweep over on the left side. A couple of lead blocks, and they will find a first down and a gain of about 6 yards on the jet sweep over towards the Wellington sideline as they move left to right as we look at them. Wellington on the far sideline, Fighting Bucks here on the near side. It's a far cry from 4A high school football. If you were at that Pecos scrimmage, you saw an army, as Coach Dominguez described it, over on the sidelines. Not quite an army on this Fighting Bucks sideline. 11 guys on the field, maybe about 10 more here on the sideline, as Wellington has it at their own 46-yard line. It's 1st down and 10. Quarterback takes the snap, rolling out to the right side, has a man in the flats. They'll send a lead block around and make their way up to the 41, 42-yard line of the Bucks. 1st down and 10 for the Rockets. Taking him down on the play looked like Landon Brutameso as Dane Jeffers checks out. Three wide receivers to the left for the Rockets. And 2 backs in the backfield. A sniffer back on the left side and a back in Cantu off to the left side of the quarterback. He motions Cantu out to the left side. Now he's falling. No, it's a fumble. He was back behind the quarterback. Cantu picks it back up and angles off to the left side where he's taken down at the sideline. A gain of 8 yards. That's what you risk there on those wheel routes for the running back, who, again, motioned off to the left side. He was back behind the quarterback. Quarterback flipped over to him. That's Callan Kane, the quarterback, and Noah Cantu, who bobbled it. It was on the ground, not an incomplete pass. Again, a fumble, but he was able to pick it back up and make his way upfield. A couple of Bucks almost got to him there. It's 3rd down and 3 at the 34-yard line of the Bucks now. Power set for Wellington. Just 1 wide receiver over on the left side. This is kind of like the wing tee. There's 2 wide receivers tucked in tight on the right. They hand off to Cantu, and he powers through the line of scrimmage, powers through the defensive line of the Bucks, and takes a couple of arm tackles 5 or 6 yards upfield to the Alpine Fighting Buck 25. It's 1st down and 10. Again at that 25. Clock is ticking with 4:45 remaining here in the second quarter. 28-7, Wellington leads as they'll line up. 2 wide receivers on either side. Kane, the quarterback, in the shotgun, takes the snap, has a flat look on the right side, hands it off or sends it off to his wide receiver. He breaks back inside of a block and makes his way upfield for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Or like 6, it's 2nd down and 4. Looked like Carson Kane on the catch, number 1. I'm guessing Carson Kane and Callan Kane, the quarterback and wide receiver duo, are brothers. Carson Kane caught a touchdown pass in the first drive of the ball game up the seam for the Wellington Rockets. They're both listed as juniors on the depth chart. Here's a handoff to Cantu on 2nd and 3. He has space, has a gap up the field, past the 10. He's taken down. No, he's still fighting forward for yards. There's Laundry on the field, a flag on the play as he's taken it down around the 3-yard line. It looks like he stepped out of bounds there. They throw the flag near where he was taken down around the 5-yard line. Not sure what the call is. The clock has stopped with 3:39 remaining here in the second quarter. They're backing up Wellington. It looks like it's a holding call in a spot foul, so they'll call the holding call in the 5 or 6 yard line. It pushes Wellington back up to to the Fighting Buck 16. So 2nd down and 1 after the holding call way upfield. Wellington's offense, of course, still on the field as they lead 28-7 and trying to score here. There's 3 wide receivers bunched off the right side of the right tackle. 1 wide receiver on the left. Kane takes the snap. He's rolling out right. There's a flood concept for Wellington, but the quarterback not able to get out on the right side of the formation. Fighting Bucks swarm, and no, they're going to call a flag. They're dropping a flag against Alpine. Now the quarterback, Kane, is on top of a Fighting Buck in the backfield. Fighting Bucks had about 4 guys ready to bring down and bringing down the quarterback. I think when they brought down the quarterback, a flag came out against Alpine. They probably did so after a whistle as forward motion had stopped. You can't hear the whistle in the glass booth up here, but I believe there's probably a whistle. Bucks threw him down. Quarterback had words to say after it, but this time the retaliation doesn't get you anything. It looks like the flag's going to come against Alpine, and no flag against Wellington. The referees are talking about the play right now. Again, it was a flood concept over there on the right side. They had 1 wide receiver from the left side running a flat route all the way across underneath. They were trying to bring 3 wide receivers over to the right side of the Fighting Buck defensive side, and they did flood the area, but as the quarterback, Kane, was rolling out to the right side, Bucks were able to swallow him up. Officials still talking about the play right now. It should be offsetting. But I don't think that they are calling anything against Wellington. No. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's offsetting. They called personal fouls against both teams, and we'll restart from the same spot. Good call from the officials there. I was ready to pounce on them. So it looks like from where the penalty happened is where they're calling those offsetting penalties. So it's still a loss, still a sack for the Bucks, and a loss of about 7 yards. It's 3rd down and 7 now for Wellington. They're at the Fighting Buck 23-yard line. Again, 3rd down and 7, 3 wide receivers on the right side. Bucks looking for a stop. Quarterback, no, that's not the quarterback. That's somebody else taking the shotgun snap, sends it off to the right side. Screen look for Wellington. And it looks like he steps out of bounds just short of the line to gain. We'll see if they want to keep the offense on the field. It should be 4th and 1 or 2. The man taking the snap there for Wellington, I think, was number 6. That's Major Brown. Could have been number 5, Alex Orozco. Either way, I know it wasn't number 12, the quarterback, Callan Kane, after he had that heated discussion at the tail end of the play. Callan's the only one listed as a quarterback on the depth chart here for Wellington. But it's 4th down and 1, and the offense stays on the field. 28-7 Wellington, 2:54 remaining here in the second quarter. They're giving 2 wide receivers left, 2 on the right, and tucked in tight as we have a whistle and a timeout before the play starts. when we return from this commercial break, it'll be 4th down and 1 for Wellington.
Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Again, it's 4th and 1 for the Rockets. It'll be interesting to see if they try to test their leg here. I'm looking in the backfield. That quarterback, Kane, is not on the field. After he was taken down on the sack, kind of squared up with a Fighting Buck on a late hit. They called personal fouls either way, and now it's number 6 in the shotgun for Wellington. Again, not listed as a quarterback on the depth chart. That's Major Brown. Major takes the snap, angles off on the left side. He has a hole right up the middle. Swallowed up at the secondary by the Fighting Bucks, churning and burning his feet up to about the 2-yard line. Man, it seems like he's still on his feet as he's taken down. Landon Brunameso had the first hit on him there in the secondary before he was taken down. I believe it was Landon. Tough to see from this vantage point, but it is 1st down and goal. A big-time 1st down for Wellington's on 4th and 1. Clock is ticking now with 2:25 remaining in the second quarter. There is a 2-minute warning, so we will have a timeout at that 2-minute mark. We'll see if Wellington and the Fighting Bucks can force Wellington to get there. A handoff, they run up the middle. The running back is grazed in the backfield in Cantu, but Noah Cantu breaks that tackle and steps into the end zone for a touchdown. 34-7 Wellington here early on in the ball game. We're just 2 minutes and 8 seconds remain in the second quarter. Wellington will line up to kick the extra point. I've mentioned it time and time again, but this is a Wellington program that competes for state titles on the regular. Last year, eliminating the second round of the 2A playoffs. But this program is out for blood this year as they're trying to bounce back after that short run as they send the kick up through the upright. It's a low one that squeaks over. It's 35-7 Wellington. And it looks like a team that could compete for a state title this year at the 2A level. Fighting Bucks will try and bounce back again. They've had a couple of good drives now. That first quarter was all Wellington. They stopped Alpine without a 1st down opportunity in that first quarter. It was 28-0 after the first quarter. So each team puts up 7 on the board so far in the second. And Alpine will have another drive here and another opportunity, a 2-minute drill as they try and win this second quarter. Return team is out for the Fighting Bucks. I'll try my best to look down this front line. I see Adriel Valenzuela. I see Miguel Batres. Connor Ramirez. Joel Munoz. Robert Flores. Matthew Pierce. No. I don't know. They're not looking at me. It's hard to see their numbers from where we see them. Again, this return team is out for the Fighting Bucks. A big front line for them. Deep to return is Tay Hardwick, and it looks like Dane Jeffers as Wellington sends their squib up the middle. High and towards Dane. No, it's back at the 3-yard line. Wow. Nice kick here at the 2A level as that bounces on the 3, squeaks into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Fighting Bucks taking over at their own 20-yard line. After the touchback from Wellington. Well, the first time I called a squib all day, and the first time Wellington was really able to boot it towards the end zone, they didn't want the Bucks to return that one. And a nice read from the deep return men in Dane and Tay to let that one go by. Looks like they'll start at their 25 here. The quarterback off to his right side, David Baca. David was a center last year. Day was a wide receiver as Day rolls out to the right side, and a nice connection with his brother Tay, the sophomore, at the sideline. A gain of about 3 yards on the out route. And the rollout to the right side. 2 minutes and 2 seconds remain. Again, the clock will stop, and we'll have a timeout break as this hits a 2-minute warning here in a moment. They just added that to the high school level. They just added it to college football a couple of years ago. It's, of course, been in the NFL for a long time. 3 wide receivers off to the left side. The ball's on the right hash. Day Hardwick takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, play action look, sends it up the middle for Alec Ramos. Alec ear-holed by the safety, but not after he finds the first down up the field to the 37-yard line. Bucks with a first down and 1:55 remaining. I think a little bit of an adjustment here for the rules as the team leads the field after the 2-minute warning. We'll be back in a moment after this commercial break.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
With everything you've got on your plate, it can be difficult to manage healthcare for the whole family. At Big Bend Regional Health Clinic, we make it easy to find a provider and schedule care right from your phone or laptop. Whether it's an injury on the practice field or time for annual physicals, just visit bigbendanytime.com, select your preferred provider and appointment time, and you're good to go. Our clinic team specializes in compassionate and personalized treatment for patients of all ages. Schedule today at bigbendanytime.com.
Day in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers on the right side. 1 to the left. Day takes the snap, backs up, couple in the backfield, and he's going to have to send a screen pass. That's to Thaddeus. Thaddeus ranging over on the right side, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. That looked like a design screen play as Thaddeus was a wide receiver, angled up on the left side. Maybe it was designed, but again, the ends on either side there for Wellington, able to get into the backfield quickly, able to force Day to send it to Thaddeus. But again, Thaddeus, no gain, a loss of 4 on the play. And now Day, a quick snap, backs up in the backfield, steps up in the pocket, breaks a couple of tackles, but a couple of linebackers for Wellington meet him at the line to gain, at the line of scrimmage where he's taken down. No gain on the play, and it's 3rd and 14 for the Bucks with 1:14 remaining here in the second quarter. Looks like we'll have a timeout on the field as well. I think it's a Wellington timeout. The only timeout I remember thus far in the ball game, there was 1 for the Bucks and 1 for Wellington now. After that 2-minute warning a moment ago, the timeout for the Bucks, we had 10 guys on the field at the goal line. It was, I think, 2nd or 3rd and goal. We took a timeout to put another couple on the field. But now Wellington takes a timeout here on 3rd and 14. This is a good coaching opportunity for Wellington. One of those moments where you convene, you talk to the team, you talk about maybe getting a stop here and trying to score before the half. I know they're up 35-7, but one of the things you want to think about when you have a close ball game coming up in the season is you want to think, man, let's get a score in before the half. So maybe that's the conversation for the Rockets, is they're in the backfield. It's Day ranging around the left side. Going to be hard to make the line to gain as he's pushed out at about the 40-yard line. Gain of 7 or 8 on the play. Again, it will be 4th down and about 8 as the Bucks right now have their offense out on the field with 1:08 remaining here in the second quarter. No, it's the punt crew who comes out. Alec Ramos has been the punter today. Got 1 off, was tackled in the backfield once in that first quarter. That allowed Wellington to get good field position. We had a couple of bobbled snaps in that first quarter as well, which really helped out Wellington's field position as we lost one of them, and now a snap over the head of Alec. He will range back to about the 15-yard line where he falls on the football, and Wellington will take over right there. But we talk about Wellington trying to score before the half, and now it's not going to be tough. Again, a high snap, nothing Alec could do with it. And Wellington takes over at the 15-yard line, which, I mean, it feels like about the third time today Wellington has taken over at probably about the 15-yard line exactly as they took over at the 15 again after a bobbled snap and once after Alec was tackled in the backfield trying to punt it away. This time, nothing, again, Alec could do with it as Wellington will line up with their offense, their quarterback back out on the field in Kane. That's Callan Kane. He's got two wide receivers on the right, one on the left. It's that power spread look with a back angled off to the left side. That same offense and same look that we've seen a lot from Andy Smith last year. I know we've seen a lot of that from Sul Ross State University, and we've had some of this power spread look ourselves as they motion one wide receiver across. It's a flat screen look on the right side, following a block, angling off to the right, and coming in to score is Wellington's Cameron Brooks. Cameron, a junior on their depth chart. And a wide receiver, again, was able to find a gap, find the corner, and find the edge for the touchdown to make it 41-7 Wellington. Sorry, I haven't been updating the scoreboard on YouTube. I got to manually do it. It's 41-7 Wellington. And all these Fighting Buck games will be on YouTube this year, internet permitting, as they line up ready to kick the extra kick with 54 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. It's up and it's good. 42-7. Wellington has not missed an extra point, and they've dominated the first half. We'll send it to a quick commercial break here from Snyder, Texas.
Looking for crystal clear TV and unbeatable deals? Come to Big Canyon TV, your local home for Dish Network service and the latest in Samsung TVs. Whether you're upgrading your setup or cutting the cable cord, we've got you covered with Dish's top channels and DVR tech and Samsung's stunning 4K screens. Big Canyon TV, big on service, big on savings, and just around the corner. Come see what you've been missing. Visit us today at Big Canyon TV or call us at 837-7484.
This school year, get your family connected with peace of mind with secure and reliable BBT internet. With built-in smart tools, you can pause the internet for homework, set screen time limits, and help keep your kids safe online. BBT means no contracts, free installation, and local support from folks you know and trust. And new customers can save $10 off their bill for the entire school year. Terms apply. Call 800-592-4781 or sign up online 24/7 at bigbend.com.
Wellington set to kick it away. It's high. It's towards the end zone. Again, bouncing on about the 5, and it trickles in past the goal line onto that Snyder Tiger logo, the black and yellow Tiger logo in the end zone here in Snyder, Texas. Snyder's up here past, it's just a bit west of Abilene, northwest of Abilene. I think it's north of Highway 20. As we make our way out here. I know the Bucks have played in this area as well. One team in this area, Childress, is a team that our volleyball team was able to take down in the playoffs last year. They didn't come out to Childress, though. I don't know why I've made my way out here for the Fighting Bucks, but I know I have in the past. As Day takes a high snap, hands off, and wow, churning and burning his feet is David Baca, the running back, who's up for a gain of about 5 yards. Bucks have a number of physical running backs this year. A.J. Yanez, David Baca, some power backs for the Bucks. And again, David, a center last year, and now a running back, was able to make a gain of 5 on the play. Clock is ticking. 28 seconds remain here in the second quarter. 42-7, Wellington leads. It's Day in the shotgun. Tay over on the left side, as well as Thaddeus. I'm seeing on the right, I think that's Landon Brunameso. And another wide receiver as they'll hand off to Baca again. He burns his feet up for a gain of about 4 yards. Alpine Fighting Bucks at their own 34. They're moving from right to left as I see it here in the booth. No, they'll say it's a first down, but it won't matter here. That's the end of the first half. 42-7 Wellington. And again, don't sit back. Don't act shocked. This is a great Wellington program, and the Bucks will have a great season coming up. This game not over yet, but still a lot of ball to be played. Bucks are going to try and compete for a district title this year with Crane, Compass, and Anthony, I believe. I normally forget. I think it's Crane, Compass, and Anthony in the football district this year, but I know this is an astonishing score in the first half, but again, the Fighting Bucks are facing off against one of the best programs we'll play all year in this 2A powerhouse Wellington today. About 24 minutes before the second quarter comes. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have a look of the band. We won't have the audio of the band today. I'll have a crowd mic later on in the season to play you the band whenever they come out here during the halftime shows. I've heard it's a great show this year. And, again, we won't be able to get that audio here today. Actually, maybe I can figure something out. We'll send it to a music back at the station. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can watch the band, and maybe there's a chance you'll be able to hear it. We'll be back. Alpine Radio is your home for Fightin' Buck football all season long, and it's made possible by our incredible sponsors. A huge thank you to Tally Reed Insurance, Talent Roofing, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, Napa Auto Parts, Morrison's True Value, McCoy's Building Supplies, Holiday Inn and Hampton Inn Hotels, Maverick Bank, Big King and TV, Big Bend Regional Medical Center, Alpine Community Credit Union, In-N-Out Rental, Mountain Zone TV, and Lowe's Grocery Store, and all the businesses who support Alpine sports. When you shop local, you're powering Friday night lights, big plays, and hometown pride. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, Alpine Radio is bringing you Fighting Buck football, fueled by our community sponsors. Thanks for backing the Bucks. We'll see if the band audio works here. Otherwise, I think we're hearing the conversation of the Snyder press box right now. So we'll I'll let it play.
That's great.
I feel like I'm in a spray commercial right now. I literally told you you could have some.
Oh.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, the beer M&M?
What do you think you were a slider?
Yeah.
Yeah, good about a slot is when you were in this game is quote sneaking food.
I was just like in your ear. You're like. Man, there's a rainbow.
I just realized we're using Edge replay.
You think what?
We're using Edge replay. Look, you just choking my phone right now.
Yes, did you sit down?
It looks like it's not going to work, folks. We'll have that band audio in the future, though. This press box is so high tech that it's like a spaceship. There's no way to stick a microphone out front, so we won't be able to pick it up today. Again, folks, we're back out here in Snyder, Texas for the second half of this Wellington Alpine Fighting Buck season opener. Bucks trailing 42-7 right now to Wellington, the powerhouse 2A program. Trying to find their way back into this one. Well, really, at this point, it's less. I mean, we saw like last season, if you were at that Stanton playoff game in the first round of the playoffs, the Bucks were down big at halftime and made it a one-score game at one point in time in the second half. The Bucks would love to have that happen here in the second half. But again, Jerry Dominguez and the staff are looking for coachable moments, are looking for moments to allow these guys to grow. Jerry, when he talked to me on the radio, he really emphasized Jerry is an Alpine guy, and he's in it for the long haul. He's thinking about the future of this program. So when he's making decisions, when he's coaching guys up, when he's helping guys on the field, he's not just thinking about this season and his success in order to find a new position. He's thinking about the long haul for Alpine, Texas, and those are the type of decisions we're expecting from him out on the field, and really any coach out there on the field, even if you are looking for a new opportunity, is always going to try and do what's best for the community and do what's best for the team, and that's what I'm expecting. Again, I'm expecting these guys to approach coachable moments here and use this as a learning experience for later on in the season. You know, you only get so many Friday nights under the lights ready to compete against another team. And again, there's going to be plenty of coachable moments here in the second half, plenty of opportunities for these Bucks to work through their brand new offensive system. Again, this is the first year of this offensive system under the new offensive coordinator and play caller for the Fighting Bucks. And they're going to try and work through the kinks of that offensive system as well as that Fighting Buck defense, which has been installed for a number of years now, where Jerry is the play caller. Couple of new kids, or I mean, not a couple, plenty of new faces for the Fighting Bucks out on the field this year, and that goes for every year at the high school level. So plenty of coachable moments in a second half where the Bucks are looking to grow and compete against this Wellington team. They're running out of the tunnel here in a moment. Wellington just ran out of theirs. Again, Wellington in the white and red today, Fighting Bucks in purple and gold. 1 minute and 15 seconds separate us from second half action as we start the season. Bucks don't start district play for a minute. Next week, they're in action on the road. I'm having to confirm here. Next week, they are at Fort Stockton. So we hosted Fort Stockton last year, the 4A program. Cash, the quarterback, had a good day that day as Fort Stockton took us down, but we still gave that 4A program a run for their money. And again, we're headed up to Fort Stockton, just up the road next week before we're at Wink. And finally, a home game versus Sonora on September 19th. Sonora, another powerhouse 2A program. When I say powerhouse 2A program, I'm not throwing that around. If you listen to any Alpine Cowboy baseball this summer, I'd tell you, Roswell stinks, man. Roswell could not play baseball, but I'm telling you, this Wellington team, that Sonora team, Wink too. I mean, there's a ton of powerhouse 2A programs on our schedule, and we do that intentionally. Fighting Bucks are sharpening iron with iron, and plenty of iron in this Wellington Rocket team as they send this kickoff to start the second half. Back towards the 5-yard line. It dies there. Day's going to have to pick it up. No, that's Tay. Tay following a block, angling off to the left side, up at the 15, and falls down at about the 17-yard line of the Fighting Bucks, where they will start the second half. Again, a couple of nice drives for the Buck, including that touchdown drive. Wellington got the advantage of good field position in 3 of their touchdown drives to get to that 42-point margin. So really just 3 lengthy drives for the Rockets in the first half. It was Thaddeus Prieto who had the touchdown catch in that first half. Day Hardwick running the offense as the quarterback this year, the star wide receiver last year. It is a flag will push this ball up to about the 40. Whoa. I think they're re-kicking. Okay. They kept walking the ball up the field, past the 35, past the 40, past the 45, past the 50, and then I realized that we're having another kickoff here. So this time, Wellington kicking from the 35. Yeah, it looks like it was offsides against Wellington, past that line where the ball sits before the kick was kicked. And they're kicking from the 35. We'll see if that leg, who had the touchback a while ago, can have a touchback here. Alpine Fighting Buck returners, in response to those lengthy Wellington kicks, are backed up all the way to their own 10-yard line. Sorry, I'll get this camera angle a little bit better. For our YouTube listeners and YouTube watchers, again, we're on YouTube here at Big Ben Radio for the first time. And a little bit of a learning curve for me as well as I operate the camera. Here's the kick. High and over towards the near sideline where it will trickle. Wow. No, it goes out of bounds. Right over the pylon. It looked like it had stayed inbounds and went for the touchback. But again, it went out of bounds just shy of the pylon, maybe about the 1-yard line. That's where the flag is situated. And Alpine will take over from pretty field position due to the kick that went out of bounds. They were attacking the returner here on the near side. That was Joel Munoz, who was in the area. I believe it was Joel. Could have been Thaddeus. Thaddeus has been in those return crews today. Let's see where they start. Normally in the NFL, they start at the 45. It looks like it's going to be the 35 here at the high school level. Man, all these different rules are slightly different in football. It's funny how things go where every rule, again, they're starting from the 35 here. It'd be the 45 in the NFL. I think it's the 45 in the NCAA as well. Football is strange that way at the different levels. As Day Hardwick is in the shotgun, takes a high snap, a handoff, and David Baca has to make a move as he runs into a linebacker. Right as he gets the handoff, he's able to deke his way around and make his way upfield for a gain of about 6 yards. I mean, could you imagine in basketball if a shooting foul was 3 free throws at the high school level? Nothing like that happens in anything but football, it feels like. It looks like there's a flag at the end of that play, a face mask by Wellington as they brought down Baca. That's 15 yards from the spot he was taken down. Again, it was a 6-yard gain as the Bucs started at their own 35. The 15-yard penalty from the 41-yard line of Wellington will push Alpine up to the 44-yard line of Wellington. Sorry, the penalty was thrown at the 41-yard line of Alpine. Now at the 44-yard line of Wellington, there's 3 wide receivers on the right side. Day with a high snap. It's through his hands. He tries to fall on the football. He picks it back up. It's back on the ground as he's taken down, and another Buck will fall on it. This time it's David Baca. David Baca back at his own 40-yard line. This time the Bucs moved all the way back to their 40 after the snap makes its way through the hands of Day, and they're at their own 40, but the chain's still up, the line to gain at the 34-yard line of Wellington. So it's second down and 26 yards to go. Well, those snaps haven't been crisp today. That's kind of what caused a lot of issues with this Alpine offense in the first half. The good news is that's coachable. That's something that we can correct. That's something that we can fix as Day will try an in route over on the right side, batted down by Wellington, incomplete pass, now third down. And that Alpine's offense, once they get rid of those errant snaps, once they get rid of those snap mishaps, will be able to have some clean looks and kind of a completely different look out there on the field. And hopefully we see that as early as next week as we travel to Fort Stockton. Day with one back off to his right side. That's Baca. 3 wide receivers on the right. Day takes the snap, backing up. 3-man rush from Wellington. Day scrambling off to the left side. A couple of spies come up to meet him. He floats it up for Ramos, and there's a DB in the area to pick him off around the 50-yard line. That was number 5 for Wellington. He's made some plays today. But again, Day was just having to scramble. It's almost like an arm punt there on third down and very long as Day just floated it up for Alec at the midfield mark. Picked off again by Alec Orozco. He's a running back and a DB, one of 3 sophomores playing varsity today for the Wellington Rockets, who take over at the 49-yard line of the Bucs. Up 42-7. There's 10:25 remaining here in the third quarter. Lights on at Snyder Tiger Stadium. Here's the snap. It's a handoff around the right side. Number 2, falling the lead block. He's undersized. He is turning his feet. He's running hard, and a pack of Bucks tries to bring him down as they push him out of bounds after a gain of about 15, maybe 20 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if that kid was a sophomore. What number was he again? Looks like number 2, Connor Bowen. He's a junior, but a mighty bean as he makes his way to the sideline. He's a small feller. He hasn't seen much minutes today, but comes out and has a really good run there. Looks like there was a Buck that went down on the play. Number 21, Thaddeus Prieto. Again, our head athletic trainer, Lori, comes out to check on him. He's all right. He makes his way to the sideline under his own feet, and we're back in action with 10:14 remaining in the third quarter. First down and 10 for Wellington at the Buck 30-yard line. Head coach Jerry Dominguez, his first year as the head coach of the Alpine Fighting Bucks. He was the defensive coordinator last year. In a number of years, he's been the head coach of a football program before on the other side of Texas. As this is a handoff, Noah Cantu, angling off on the left side. Runs through a tackle, but stumbles after number 12 makes that initial contact. Dane Jeffers for your Fighting Bucks. It's still a gain of about 11 and a first down to the Buck 19. Cheerleaders are out here as well on the sideline. Well, it looks like we got a crew of 6 today. You know, Alpine Ladybuck Volleyball has a number of cheerleaders. They're probably off. They've been doing a lot of neutral site tournaments early on in the year. All their games will be on the radio and hopefully on YouTube if we can fit this camera setup in the gym as Cantu takes a delayed handoff. That was a draw play there as they sucked the linebackers back up into coverage, and Cantu was able to get to the secondary easily after he splits the defensive line of the Bucks again on that draw play. Again, a draw. The quarterback takes the snap. He acts like he's going to pass. Hands off to the running back after a moment whenever those linebackers get sucked out of the area. And draw worked nicely. It was a gain of 9, maybe 10 yards. They'll say it's 10 and a first down up to the Buck 9. So first and goal for the Wellington Rockets. A number of Alpine Fighting Buck fans here today. You saw the band during halftime if you're watching on YouTube. Here's the snap. And quarterback rolls out to the right side. Has a man in the flats. It's through the hands of number 9 for the Bucks. And that's got to be number 8, Day Hardwick. Day Hardwick almost with the interception. Had a lot of grass ahead of him if he was able to make the grab. But again, quarterback rolling out to the right side, trying to find his man in the flats at the tail end of the end zone, and incomplete through the hands of Day. It's second down and goal from the 9, 42-7 Wellington. 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. One wide receiver set out on either side for Wellington. A lot in the box. Here's a handoff. It's Noah Cantu running up the middle. Some quick contact from A.J. Yanez. He's yanking that running back towards the line of scrimmage. And he is down after a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. A number of Bucks in on the tackle, including number 56, Miguel Batres. And Seth Dutchover. Clock is ticking. It's third and goal now at the 6. Good news about these YouTube streams here for the Fighting Bucks is that this will be up on YouTube for the rest of the time. So we'll be able to go back and watch these games. Maybe not good news for this one, but good news for the future of Fighting Buck football. There's 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation. To the right, to the left for Wellington in white and red. Quarterback takes the snap. It's low. He bobbles it, rolls out to the left, and finds Noah Cantu at the tail end of the end zone for a touchdown. 48-7 Wellington. Again, a little bit of a broken play as Wellington's quarterback had that low snap, had a man in his face quickly and took a sidestep off to that left side, but nobody at that tail end of the end zone, and he's able to thread the pass through the Fighting Bucks at the front half of the end zone for the touchdown. 7 minutes and 24 seconds remain. Here's the snap, the kick. It's up, and it's good for Wellington. We'll be back in a moment. 49-7, the Rockets lead.
Roofing, serving Alpine and all of West Texas. At Talent, we don't just build roofs, we build trust. Whether you're facing storm damage, need repairs, or are ready for a fresh, dependable roof, we've got you covered. Call Talent Roofing today at 432-837-7009 for your free estimate. Talent Roofing, where craftsmanship meets confidence. And that's Talent Roofing at 432-837-7009.
Skinner's Drilling and Well Service offers everything you need when it comes to solar well pump system installation and maintenance. Whether you're looking to cut electricity costs or need solar power in an area where electricity is not readily available, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service has some solar options that you'll want to consider. By the way, these systems are upgradable over time. Call Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC at 837-2497, Texas license number 2838A1.
Wellington set to kick off, sends it high and deep over on the left side. Caught by Dane. Dane racing up the field, has a couple of blocks over past the 30, past the 40, and an ankle tackle he's pushed out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. That's a nice return for Dane Jeffers and the Alpine Fighting Bucks, just like the returns you'll get at H&R Block back in Alpine. Maximize your tax returns with H&R Block, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Bucks. There's a man down on the field for Wellington. He's down around that 40-yard line. But again, that nice return a moment ago. It's 49-7. Bucks trailing with 7:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Wellington down on a knee as the training staff looks at the injured player from the kickoff crew. It's beating down over here at Schneider. I've mentioned how this press box up here is like a spaceship. It really is. There's tempered double pane glass, soundproof. It's the coaches. Every coach has their own booth. Every radio crew has their own booth. There's a big booth off to the side. I mean, it's probably about 3 times the size of the booth in Alpine. I'm not complaining about Alpine's booth. Alpine has AC up in their press box, and I mean, after working at Coconut Field all summer, I'm never going to complain about a press box that has air conditioning. Wellington's player is up on his own feet, walking back to the sideline. He's all right. Again, Bucks will take over after the big return from Dane at their own 41-yard line. Alex Adams. Our line looks like from left to right. Eric Yanez on left tackle. Alex Adams, the left guard. I think the center there is Adriel Valenzuela. I could be wrong. It's tough to see the right side from where I'm at. Here's the snap today as David motions out of the backfield. His pass, Dave goes for the screen on the left side to Thaddeus, and his pass is tipped by the defensive end in Dave's face. It's down for an incomplete pass in 2nd and 10 at the Buck 41. Yep, that is in fact the center, Adriel Valenzuela. At right guard, we've got Seth Dutchover and Miguel Batris at right tackle. Thaddeus Prieto, a wide receiver here on the left side, as well as Rode Babb. Tay Hardwick trips over on the left. Lone wide receiver on the right. Day Hardwick takes the snap. Hand off to David Baca. David tries to race for that right edge, and a nice play made by the end as he gets a hand on David, doesn't let go, and brings him down for a loss of about 5 yards. Third down and 16. Third down and 15. Bucks at their own 36. The clock has stopped. Come on, y'all. Let's start running this thing. 49-7. The Wellington lead. There's the clock. 15 seconds on the play clock. Again, 6:52 and counting on the game clock. Here's the snap from Dave. Trips on the left side again. He hands off to David. David has a hole up the middle, powering up the middle for a gain of about 8 yards. Up to the 45-yard line of the Bucks. Not enough for the first down. They're about 6 yards short of that first down marker. Now David is down on the field. Lowry coming out with the training staff for the Bucks. This is not where we want to see guys get hurt. No, it's not David. It's not David Baca. It's one of the linemen here, it looks like, for the Bucks, is the training staff is talking to him. We'll know here in a moment. David Baca, though, an excellent golfer. He almost made it to state. He was in I think it was a 3 or 4-way playoff to try and make it to state at regionals. Came up just short. The buck that was down was Alex Adams. He'll walk off under his own power. Last thing we want to see, though, is some of our big men get hurt. Really, anybody get hurt on a short roster. In the first half, Guillen got hurt. Number 5, the running back in Ezecio. And he is taken off his gear. He is sitting on the bench. He was getting some starting running back reps as Alec Ramos is back to kick. Not a heavy rush there from Wellington as they were able to disrupt a couple of kicks in the first half. There was one high snap over the head of Alec that gave Wellington good field position on 4th down. One time Alec was swallowed up by the defensive front of Wellington on a punt attempt, and he got one off. This time he gets it off again. Not a big rushing attempt from Wellington on that attempt, and it's down at about the 22nd-yard line of Wellington. They will take over there, up 49-7 with 6:13 remaining in the third quarter. First down and 10 for the Rockets. Here's the snap. There's 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Starting quarterback still in the ball game for the Rockets as he hands off, and the running back powers through the left side for a gain of about 3. Running back this time is number 5. 5 had some reps at quarterback earlier in the ball game, but again gets that running back look there. That's Alex Orozco, the running back and sophomore. Wellington looking to the sideline as the clock ticks. 5:41, 5:40, 5:39 with 15 seconds on the play clock here in the third. Bucks go with a 5-man front. And it's a handoff, a jet look off to the right side. Another mighty bean there. A little guy running off to the right side, taken down by a couple of Bucks. He breaks a tackle and makes his way to the line to gain, where the tackle is made by number 28 for Alpine. That's Harlow Vargas. I call him a mighty bean. I mean, he must weigh about $140, $130. That's PJ Garcia, a senior running back. Reminds me of that basketball player for, who was it? I think it was Kermit Pondo. If you remember, if you've been to some Fighting Buck basketball games, Pondo is the undersized senior guard last year who would hit the threes. He was probably about 4'11", 5'3", but Another one of those here for Wellington getting reps today. It's 2 wide receivers on the left, including our mighty Bean. Here's a handoff, and splitting a gap is Noah Cantu. No, that's Orozco who runs up the middle. Ball pops out late. Dave picks it up. I think they will rule that Orozco is down after gaining the line to gain on a first down. Up to the Fighting Buck. No, I'm sorry. They're still at the Wellington 48-yard line. It's first down and 10. Here in Snyder, clock remains ticking. A lot of runs from Wellington here. They're opting to bleed out the clock late in this one. It's been about a 3-minute drive thus far. And again, a handoff after handoff, and they're using the extent of the play clock. Now the referees are having to adjust, I think, the play clock or game clock. No, maybe it's somebody who needed to turn their headlights off over it near the end zone. I'm not sure. Here's the handoff, or I'm sorry, here's the snap, then the handoff, running over on the right side, and the right side gap is the running back, one of the many running backs for Wellington today, this time number 4. Noah Cantu, taken down by a slew of Bucks. Landon Brutameso and A.J. Yanez in on that tackle. Second down and 5. Ball is at about the 49-yard line of Wellington. Clock remains ticking. 3:08 remaining in the third quarter. Two wide receivers on the right, one on the left. They'll motion the mighty Bean across the formation. Jet sweep for the undersized senior, and he has some space up on the left side. Man, making a man miss. He's up for a gain of about 25 yards to the Fighting Buck 27-yard line. I mean, I'm serious, folks. He's about a head smaller than everybody else on the field. P.J. Garcia having a good ball game right now. In the second half, he was taken down inbounds. And the clock remains ticking. That's what folks are thinking about right now at this point. Again, they're still learning opportunities, but Wellington running out the clock, telling their guys to get down inbounds when they can. Two wide receivers on the right, one on the left. Here's a handoff for another running back. This is a new one, and he loses his feet as he tries to slip upfield after getting the edge on the left side. Taking him down at the line of scrimmage. This time it was Troy Molina, a junior wide receiver and running back. Now he's listed as a DB and a wide receiver. It's one of those games right now where you're on the sideline and you go, hey, coach, can I get some reps at running back? And he lets you do it. Everybody's getting some reps for Wellington. 1:40 remaining in the third quarter. Two wide receivers on the left, one to the right. Ball's on the left hash. Again, the ball's on the 30 or 29-yard line of the Bucks. Here's a pitch again to Molina, who has the edge on the right side this time, and he's pushed out of bounds by Dave Hardwick after gaining maybe 10, 15 yards. Yep, he's past the line to gain. It's first down for Wellington at the 17-yard line. And like I said, coaching opportunities abound. Coach Dominguez and his staff still coaching up the squad right now, still giving instruction. Great opportunity to learn here late in today's game. I see Matthew Pierce, a defensive tackle, plugging up the middle here, as well as the defensive line for Alpine. Over on the left side, I think Seth Dutchover. Now a snap. Quarterback with a flip up the middle. That was a shuttle pass and read excellently by the left end for Alpine. Well, I think that's a linebacker in Alec Ramos who's able to bring down that sniffer back on the shuttle look. Runner there, Gustavo Soto, a senior for Wellington. 26 seconds remain. Wellington will have to run another play before this third quarter is over. Two wide receivers left, one on the right side. Kane, the quarterback, the starter on the day, takes the snap. He's the only quarterback listed on the depth chart, and he sends the ball over on the left side for that senior wide receiver, PJ Garcia, the undersized wide receiver, makes the grab and makes his way upfield for a gain of a few on the flat route over on the left side. That ends the third quarter. We're headed to the fourth quarter of play. 49-7, Wellington leads. We'll be back in a moment.
It's time for this month's Napa savings. Pick up a Gear Wrench Professional Bidirectional Diagnostic Scan Tool for only $130 each, saving 18%. Save up to 20% on crocodile cloths for just $19.99 each. Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil up to 33% off, available for just $25.49. You can get Napa Heavy Duty Diesel Engine Oil starting at just $15.59 each, saving up to 33%. Buy some Napa Diesel Exhaust Fluid at 24% off, only $12.99. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine.
Up here in the mountains, you don't settle, and neither do we. Mountain Zone TV brings crystal clear cable, lightning fast internet, and reliable service right to your cabin, lodge, or backcountry home. Dallas Cowboy fans who live in Presidio, Marfa, Fort Davis, and Marathon can catch the Cowboys in action with a Mountain Zone TV cable package. Because here at Mountain Zone TV, we're doing business right.
Put your fours up, folks. Back home listening, if you're here in Alpine, put your fours up. It's fourth quarter. Time for Alpine Fighting Buck. Fourth quarter football. Third down and 5 at the Alpine Fighting Buck. 12 are the Wellington Rockets, the powerhouse 2A program. Two wide receivers set, one on the left, one on the right. Well, they have a couple bunched in right off the left side of the left tackle. Saw a flood look in this concept earlier today. Not enough field for that flood here, and they've been running the ball heavy as this is a handoff. Number 9, that wide receiver I talked about a moment ago, gets the handoff, splits the left side, and then cuts back towards the center and finds the end zone for a touchdown. That's Troy Molina with the touchdown run for Wellington. Makes it 55-7. As they will line up trying to kick the extra point. The Wellington High School flag bearers running across in front of the visiting fans. You know, that's the one thing about these neutral site games, and neutral site games really at any level is they're going for 2 here. Backup quarterback option, floats it out for the back corner of the end zone, and the grab is made. Nice play made there by Wellington. Again, it's that fade route to the back corner, but no, a whistle and a false start will push Wellington back 5 yards, so take it away. But yeah, the neutral site games, even at the college level, just don't have the same atmosphere. I think it's Texas A&M and Arkansas that play that neutral site game up in the DFW area every year, and it doesn't bring the same atmosphere as having it at Kyle Field or up in Arkansas. And again, a neutral site here. These are 2 good opponents. The Bucks like to sharpen their iron with iron by playing some good 2A schools, but no student section for either team here today as the snap is high. Again, they're going for 2 after getting pushed back. It's a flat route on the right side. Wide receiver tries to make a move, and he does, making a man miss and coming into the end zone to score. Wellington gets a couple of points on the extra point. Again, going for 2 after getting pushed back 5 yards. They get it both times, and we'll be back after a commercial break.
Whether you're here to explore Big Bend, cheer on the Lobos, or just watch the West Texas sunset, Hampton Inn and Alpine is your home away from home. Wake up refreshed in a cozy bed Enjoy our hot breakfast, always free, just minutes from Sul Ross State University in downtown Alpine. We put comfort and convenience on the map. Hampton Inn and Alpine, where West Texas hospitality meets Hilton comfort. Book today at hampton.com.
At Maverick Bank, we don't just bank, we break the mold. Bold, independent, and built for Texas. We make decisions locally with your goals in mind. Whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help you move forward. Visit www.maverick.bank or stop by your nearest location in Alpine, Fort Davis, or Presidio. Maverick Bank, legacy-driven, future-focused. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wellington set to kick it away from their own 40. And wearing white and red today. If you don't remember the score of this ball game last year was as they send the kick and it squeaks its way, out of bounds. Unlucky there for Wellington. That one was headed for the end zone and hit the brakes and turn left to go out of bounds. But if you don't remember, last year the score of this ball game was 38-12. Wellington won. That was a one-score game in the fourth quarter. Bucks had a number of stops on fourth downs. Played them pretty good, but again, Wellington was able to pull away late, 38-12. Then Alpine last year played Fort Stockton at home. That was a 44-18 Fort Stockton win. And again, we're on the road at Fort Stockton next week. Wink followed that one up with a 60-7 win against the Bucks last year. As I think we have a timeout on the field before the Bucks will take their snap from their own 30-yard line after the flag on the kick that went out of bounds. So it's always tough outside of district play, and we make it tougher by scheduling some tough opponents. It was a 35-8 win for Sonora up in Sonora last year in the fourth game. So we started off 0-4. Then we went into district play, beating Anthony, beating Crane, beating Compass, beating Anthony again, had a first place position in the district held outright before a loss to Crane and a loss to Compass made it a three-way tie for first in the district. Then we went on to lose to Stanton in the first round of the playoffs, 49-28. That Stanton game, we were down big at halftime. I think it was 28-0 or maybe 28-7 at the end of the first half. Day takes the snap, speeds up the middle, and has an easy first down on a gain of about 12 yards on a quick scramble. Maybe a design quarterback run there, quarterback draw for the athlete. Now Day with a flat route. That's David Baca catching a screen over on the right side. A flag is down. Baca gains about 17 to 20 yards after splitting and moving over on the right side, following the lead block of the wide receiver, Landon Brudameso, but the flag is on Landon for holding on that right edge. So they'll bring it back for holding. Bucks still running their set, still working this new offensive scheme where Wellington right now is running out the clock. The Bucks, again, running their traditional offense. So, yeah, I was recounting the scores from last year. That goes to show that, you know, this could still be a district title winning team. I know it doesn't look pretty right now, 57-7, but this is a great Wellington team. We'll play more great teams before district play starts, but when district play starts, it's going to be a whole different animal for the Bucks. Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Two backs, it's that power spread look that we saw so much last year. The back with Day is A.J. Yanez. Day with the read option and hands off to A.J., who splits over on the left side, is taken down, falling forward for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down and 11. Bucks at their own 42. Day looking to the sideline. Clock is ticking with 10:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, it's 57-7 Wellington here in Snyder, Texas. We were able to play here at Snyder as Day hands off to David. David runs up the middle and meets a couple of defensive tackles for the Wellington Rockets and falls forward for a gain of 2 more. Now it's 3rd down and 9. We're able to play here at Snyder because Snyder is on the road at Pecos today. So the Snyder Tigers played the Pecos Eagles. I think that one's all finished. I'm not sure who won that. And we scrimmaged Pecos last week. So that game is live, so it hasn't concluded yet. Now a runoff on the left side. Keeper for Day. And he gains about 5 or 6 yards, just short of the line to gain. Maybe 3 yards short. It's 4th and 3 now for the Bucks. We'll see. This might be an opportunity to keep the offense out on the field as the clock stops as Day is pushed out of bounds. And it looks like that's what we will do. Offense stays out on the field. It's 4th down and 3. Bucks at the 50-yard line. Day in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He looks to the sideline for a call. Takes the snap. Looking upfield. Has a man up the seams. It slips through the hand of Dane Jeffers and it's down. Incomplete pass. And the Wellington Rockets will take over on downs. Coach Jerry Dominguez talked about conditioning for his team. We know that there's always going to be two-way players here at this level. And, man, anytime I felt like I drove by Alpine Fightin Bucks Stadium earlier this season or in the summers, I saw guys running sprints. It's funny, though, he mentioned, though, that while they did have a tough conditioning program, it probably looked like it was lax compared to 15 years ago. So what was tough or what is tough nowadays was easy on the kids 15 years ago. And I can only imagine 15 years before that and 15 years before that is nowadays no parent is going to call up and complain about the hefty conditioning program. There's a flag on the play. Wellington with a false start. They're pushed back 5 yards to their own 45. You know, way back in the day, they used to say water was bad for you. Water meant you were weak if you had to drink water during practice. As this is a handoff and a run on the right side. That's number 9. Taken down by number 8, Day Hardwick. Number 9 had a rushing touchdown his last time around. Again, he's getting reps as a running back right now. Listed as a wide receiver, Troy Molina. Clock is ticking with 8:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. A Colt, the ball boy today, in his trademark Texas jersey on the sideline. Seriously, somebody needs to give him a Buck jersey. Something. He needs to stop wearing that Texas jersey. He always does. Here's a handoff on the right side. Running back splits up a gap, up 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, has the line to gain, is taken down, bobbling forward for a gain of about 20 to the Buck 35. He's taken down inbounds. The clock remains to run, or continues to run. That time taken down on the side. Looked like number 26 was in on the tackle. We don't have a 26. That must be 28, Harlow Vargas. And Joel Munoz. Thaddeus here on the near side has the only touchdown reception on the day for the Bucks. Day with the pass. Now it's a snap. That backup quarterback in for Wellington hits a screen pass over on the right side, runs into a slew of Bucks who gang up and push him out of bounds. Now they're going to say he was down inbounds. Nobody's complaining here on the call. Clock continues to kick. 7:30 remaining in the fourth. Third down and 9 for Wellington. Bucks looking for a stop. Day, the deep safety. A.J. Yanez, a linebacker. Right end here on the near side, number 53, Seth Dutchover. Well, he's playing more of a tackle kind of role, with the end being Rode Babb. Here's the snap. It's a pitch off to the left side, trying to grab an edge. He cuts inside a road and is taken down. The football's on the ground. AJ falls on the ball, and they're going to say it's Alpine Fighting Buck football. They force a fumble on the pitch off to the left side. That was Molina who fumbled it. Again, traditionally a wide receiver. But I liked on that play was Rode Babb sealing the edge there. Again, I talked about him being the defensive end. When you're that defensive end, it's your job to seal the edge, make sure nobody gets outside of you. And he ensured that that happened. Molina had to cut inside, and when he cut inside, he ran into a big-time Alpine Fighting Buck linebacker who forced the fumble and the turnover. Bucks take over at their own 30. Two wide receivers right, including that man I just mentioned, Rode. He's going to motion across to the left side. Now there's two on the left. He's really a tight end now on the left side. It's a power look for the Bucks, and a keeper for, looks like Day, running up the middle. He's got a man on his back who throws him back after he pushes his way upfield for a gain of 2 or 3. I believe it's Day. Yeah, it is still Day running the quarterback position, running the offense for the Bucks here in the fourth. 57-7 our score. 6:11 remaining and ticking on the clock. Wide receiver here on the near side is Landon Brutomeso. Far side, I see Thaddeus. That power spread look. Here's a handoff to AJ. AJ angles off on the left, goes back right, runs a man over, and pushes his way upfield for a gain of 6 or 7. First down, Bucks at their own 43. I like those gold polos the coaches are wearing today. How do I get myself one of those? Wellington's coaching staff in the red polos. Gold hats for our coaches as well. Just one coach up in the press box. I thought they had more earlier. This is a handoff and a run over on the left side. So the Bucks push their way forward for a gain of about 7. I believe the coach up here in the press box, our lone coach up here, is the new offensive coordinator. I haven't spoken with him just yet. He was a quarterback at Texas Tech. As the ball's on the 50, 2nd down and 3. He was at Texas Tech for 1 year. He's the play caller. A lot of times you'll see play callers up here in the booth as they get a good vantage of the field. Here's a motion across. And Dave, following a lot of bodies over on the left side, has the line to gain a first down and spins out of bounds for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards and a first down. Dave, an excellent basketball player. You'll be hearing his name a lot more come Fighting Buck basketball season. It's hard to hear his name more as the starting quarterback, but again, he is an excellent basketball player. As AJ checks out, checking in is Dane. Trips on the right, bunched up. Ball's on the left hash. 1 wide receiver left, so 4 wide receivers set for the Bucks. David Baca off on the right hip of Day Hardwick. Day takes the snap. Looks upfield to that 3 wide receiver right side. Now scrambling. Pump fakes a pass over on the left. Thaddeus sending a lead block as Day scrambles forward for a gain of about 5 before stepping out of bounds, and a flag on the play. Looks like it's on the Bucks and looks like it's going to be holding, pushing us back 10. It is indeed holding. First down and with the spot foul. I'm sorry, that was second down. Second down with the spot foul. Bucks back at their own 48, so it'll be second and about 16. They're still running the clock. 3:36 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Power spread here for the Bucks. Day takes the snap, a handoff, and running up the middle, powering his way through some bodies is David Baca. Again, that's what it looks like this year with our running backs between Baca, Yanez. Well, Guillen was more of our elusive back, and he's without his shoulder pads on the sideline right now after getting hurt in the first half. But the other two backs, definitely some big, powerful running backs in Baca and AJ. Day in the shotgun. Signals over to the sideline. We have a whistle, and it's a false start against the Fighting Buck offense. Pushing us back 5 more. It was third down and 14. It'll be third and about 19. They're still running the clock through this penalty. That's fine. They just stopped it. 2:33 remains in the ball game. It's 57-7 Wellington. Bucks at their own 49. Moving left to right as I look at it. Day takes the snap. Again, it was a 4 wide receiver set, and he has a crossing route up the middle for a gain of about 13 yards. Making the grab, and is Dane Jeffers. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. We'll send it to a quick commercial break. This is Fighting Buck football.
Enjoy the familiar comforts of Holiday Inn Express as you explore the mysterious beauties of West Texas. We offer spacious rooms with large bathrooms, complimentary breakfast that will spoil your taste buds, free Wi-Fi, fitness center, indoor pool, and even electric vehicle charging. Holiday Inn Express, your oasis in the desert in Alpine, Texas, 2004 East Highway 90. Call 432-837-9597.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
Bucks went for it on fourth down. Day rolling out to the right side, finds his man at the 27. Looked like it was Dan again on a comeback route. And it's first down and 10. Bucks clock will stop here for a moment. They set the chains in 1:45 and ticking with 30 seconds on the play clock. Hurry up, look for the Bucks. Day takes the snap, scrambles up the middle, has some grass. Up past the 20, past the 15, stiff arm at the 15. He's pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line of Wellington. Bucks trying to score their second touchdown of the ball game. Their second score of the game in general. They scored against that first team in the first half. Kind of a second team look right now for Wellington on the defensive side, trying to avoid folks getting hurt. But again, Bucks trying to figure out this new offense, trying to get things rolling. And one thing I like to see is that we've had some crisp snaps for Day in the second half. No bobbles of snaps, only just one in the second half. We had a number of them in that first quarter where Wellington went up 28-0. Opportunities for the Bucks to run their offense. Here's the handoff to A.J. Yanez. A.J. powering his way forward. There's a pile at the goal line. It falls forward into the end zone, and they're going to call him short. 1 yard short was A.J. Yanez, a gain of about 9 on the play. And the Bucks have it second down and goal, inches away from scoring their second touchdown of the ball game. Trailing 57-7. 1:05 remaining. The clock is ticking here at Snyder Tiger Stadium. They call it. There's no stadium name here. Here's the handoff. Again, it's AJ, and AJ has a wide open hole up the middle. Touchdown Bucks. 57-13 our score with 49 seconds remaining. Oh, I hope we got that on the camera. Oh, we didn't. Dang it. We missed that one on the camera. Sorry, AJ. AJ with the touchdown. Again, we're on YouTube today. This is my first time operating that camera. I'm having to do it while calling the game, and I completely forgot to move it. So we didn't get it. Let's hope they hand it off to AJ again. AJ in the backfield with Day. Timeout. Timeout, Bucks. They were going for 2. We'll call a timeout, and we'll be back after a brief commercial break.
Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even loaded up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
All right, we're going for 2 again. It's David Baca in the backfield with Day Hardwick. 3 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left side. They'll motion road across the formation to give us 2 on either side as Day takes the snap, rolls out right. Looking for somebody. He's going to have to scramble back to the left side now. Has a couple of Wellington Rockets in his face. And sends a pass over on the left side, incomplete. Lyndon Brutameso has it knocked out of his hands by back in the area. Now the Bucks will kick it away, trailing 57-13. Never mind. I think we're rerunning the play. There must have been a flag somewhere. Must have been against Wellington. We'll accept it. We're pushed forward halfway towards the goal line. So instead of a 3-yard attempt, it's a 1.5 yards. As Day has his 2 power backs in the backfield with him. They're offset to his right side. It's David Baca to his right, and out in front of him to the right is A.J. Yanez. Day following them around the right edge, spins into the end zone for a touchdown, where Noah Cantu had the opportunity to lay some heavy contact on Day, but opts not to in this 57-15 game with 49 seconds remaining. Bucks will kick it again. Again, their kicker on the day was the sophomore Alex Adams, who kicked towards the tail end of last season after we had a scramble to figure out who was the starting kicker last year. 2 touchdowns on the day for the Bucks. Thaddeus Prieto with the touchdown reception. Day threw that one to him. And A.J. Yanez with the touchdown run just a moment ago. Outside of that, I don't think we had any sacks. Could be wrong. Definitely could be wrong about that, but I don't remember a sack for the Bucks. We recovered 1 fumble. No interceptions. We threw at least 1. I think we threw 1 interception. We had a couple of fumbles ourselves on snaps as well. as the Bucks are set to kick it away. And this is a dribbler up the middle that scoots his way out the end zone for a touchback. I think Wellington will knee this one out with 49 seconds remaining. Final score of this game should be 57-15. Again, this Wellington team went 5-0 in their district last year. It's according to Max Preps. Who knows? Max Preps is never super accurate. That's on us to upload that information. Wellington may not have uploaded their losses, but from what I saw, I think they won their district going 5-0. Bucks tied for that district title last year. Yeah, it's the victory formation for Wellington. This ball game is over, as they'll have to knee it twice. Again, Alpine Fighting Buck football is back in action next week as they head on the road to Fort Stockton. Not a long trip against the 4A program, as Wellington will knee it for the final time. That's our ball game, folks. Again, final score of this one was 57-15. We'll look for a bounce-back performance against Fort Stockton of next week. I think I've said all there is to say. Big-time win for Wellington. They took control of this one early, scoring 28 points in that first quarter. But we'll go ahead and sign off real quick. That's been it here from Alpine Fighting Buck football and Big Ben Radio out here in Snyder, Texas. We're looking forward to a Fighting Buck season where they will compete for a district title against a district that doesn't have any teams that compete at the level of Wellington, and I can guarantee you that. We'll be back next week. This has been Fighting Buck football.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
With everything you've got on your plate, it can be difficult to manage healthcare for the whole family. At Big Ben Regional Health Clinic, we make it easy to find a provider and schedule care right from your phone or laptop. Whether it's an injury on the practice field or time for annual physicals, just visit bigbendanytime.com, select your preferred provider and appointment time, and you're good to go. Our clinic team specializes in compassionate and personalized treatment for patients of all ages. Schedule today at bigbendanytime.com.